Welcome to the Romance Podcast, a very, very special edition of the Romance Podcast. You want to know why?
Why?
Because today is officially the first day of the MLB season. The Chicago Cubs opening night is tonight. And so, therefore, it is a very special edition of our Romance Podcast.
I thought it was going to be something cute about us that I didn't. I thought you were going to hit me with, did you know this was actually our first kiss or something? I've been like, oh my God,
Well,
I didn't know.
Our first kiss was at the home opener in 2019.
That's right. Our first kiss was actually on our anniversary.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
Yeah. That kiss became our anniversary. It was so magical. What'd you say?
Unbelievable. I had a little something stuck in my tooth.
That's okay.
Sorry
That's okay. So here's the guy. A lot of people from the outside might look at us and think you guys are a perfect couple.
I don't think anybody thinks that, unfortunately.
I think a lot of people think that we do have a lot of fun together, and we do. I mean, we have a lot of fun together.
What are you going to say?
No, my point is that we kind of did a couple of episodes ago about therapy, how we don't need therapy, or like, I don't think we need it.
I think we need it.
But you do. But we do bicker. We do have our share of bickering, don't we?
Yeah, because it's unfortunate, but it's something that you have to work on is that you are wildly particular about things. Like, things bother you that don't bother me.
Really?
You sweat the small stuff big time.
I sweat like what?
You just get upset about like little, like where the hand towel is bothers you. You're like, hey, I was going to do the dishes, but the hand towel was not on the, and I'm like, okay, because I used it while I was cooking, or the microwave not being cleared.
Okay, so let me explain that. So that is when I first knew that Kenzie and Roman as a brand could actually work, because we did a stupid video back in the day, and something that drives me crazy about Kenzie, there aren't many things, but this is a big one.
No, that's not true. I would say a lot of things.
This is a big one. You heat up food, and then you'll set it for 2 minutes for whatever reason. And then you'll decide at like a minute 19, you're done.
Well, sometimes you hear it popping. You know, when your food starts talking back to you, and you're like, okay, it's done.
And you'll open it, and you'll take out the food, and you'll close it, and you just refuse to clear the timer. Like, it's against your religion to clear the timer.
I would like to clear my name.
Microwave.
I want to clear my name on something right now.
Sure.
You complain about this with the microwave all the time, but often I'm using the microwave in the middle of cooking. Okay, so say I'm melting butter, doing something like, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm using the microwave defrosting some corn or something. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't cook at all. Guess who also gets our lunches ready? Me. So I heat up the leftovers. You're not using the microwave very often.
Wait a second. That has nothing to do with the fact of like you being
but,
done.
You're being judgy about something that you don't even have to do.
No.
Your food's getting cooked for you, and you're like, well, also thank you for cooking my food, but the timer wasn't clear.
I do not cook. You're right. I don't cook, but I do heat up. I do heat up a lot of things in the microwave. That's all I can do, and I'm for damn sure either let it complete. Or if I hear popping, I will clear the timer because it drives me crazy. I'll be sitting at the kitchen table and I go to look at what time it is and I'm like, oh, it's 19 seconds?
You know what?
She forgot to clear it again.
I know. What could you do? Like you could either look down at your watch or your phone or look at the stove next to it. There's only so many options.
All right, so that was the first time we kind of put that video out there for the world to hear and see. Yeah. And I didn't realize like what a viral video that would have become. There's always somebody in a relationship that's on one side of that argument. Somebody doesn't clear the timer and somebody gets driven crazy because the timer is not cleared. And it showed me that the little things that we bicker about, other people in other relationships, they can relate to one way or the other.
I would just like to ask, would you rather be the one who cooks dinner and then the timer is always cleared? I'm good at it. Or would you rather have me cook all of your meals and even your lunches and make everything, and then sometimes there's a few seconds left on the microwave?
No one is saying...
No, which gun to your head, what do you think? What would you pick?
I mean, I love the fact that you cook. You're a great cook, and I thank you for cooking.
One thing that
the fact that you can't clear the timer, and the fact that you're messy while you cook. Why
are you throwing in extra? This is what I'm saying, and you're not good. You're not good at looking at the overall picture. You're not like. When you do something for me, if it's not exactly how I want it done, I can go, you know what, there was effort, or I will take somebody at least trying to do, or whatever. Yeah. You're not good at that. You're like, hey, it's great that you did that. You know what you can improve on next time?
You brought up the hand towel thing earlier. I want to say this just for my defense.
I want to strangle you. That thing
is, I never have been the person to use like a hand towel or a towel for dishes. Like you do that. I never did that. So I would put it in the dishwasher and like, I don't know, I just would wash my hands and then wipe my hands on a clean hand towel for hands. You are one of the first people that I know. I mean, I've only been with you, like married to you. So
Yeah.
this is our only like experience here. I realized that you use a towel to like dry dishes off or
It's
cook.
not to dry dishes. It's because when I'm cooking,
Yeah.
like water and things splatter on the counter, and I use like a rag.
Yeah, like food, water, juice, whatever. You like clean it up with like this towel that should not be used for your hands after you wash that towel. So what I did was develop a system of like, okay,
Develop a system.
The clean hand towel is hanging off the drawer handle. Okay, that will forever be like the clean hand towel to use for your hands. Any dirty dish towel, just kind of fold it by the sink, and then that's the one I know don't use for your hands. That's to clean up spills or whatever. You refuse to keep that organized.
No,
so I'm
again-
always looking at just two towels that are just randomly on the sink.
Again, what happens is when I'm cooking for about 2 hours at a time, I'll have to grab extra towels because I'm picking up hot pans or something. So why grab a new one? I'd rather grab the old one. You get a new hand towel. You act like you can't understand the concept of reaching in a drawer and grabbing a new towel. He walks in and goes, oh, my hands are just going to be wet. Instead of grabbing a towel, you're 46. And you know where the towels are. I just feel like you
Was
should
that supposed to be a
problem
dig?
solve.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's not about I can find the towels, but like, are you using? Here's the thing. I just feel
What?
like you're just using the wrong towel at the wrong
Oh my
times. Like, you don't need to use the clean hand towel. You already have a
I'm
dirty
gonna
towel.
throw in one more thing, and people are gonna sympathize with me who aren't like so OCD. If I do something that he doesn't like, he sends me a picture of it. Also, so if there's like a light on or a towel missing, I get instead of like I see my husband's name pop up on my phone, and I swear to God, you don't understand that I think sometimes you're gonna send me something cute or funny, and I open it, and again, it's just like he looks at me like a suggestion box. And it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
No, you're perfect. You're perfect. You just have these little things, and I have them obviously for you as well. So
No, my things are just you telling me about my I'm like, please stop.
if you followed us on social media, you've realized this is kind of an ongoing theme. Kenzie, for whatever reason, this has never happened to me ever, okay?
What?
But multiple times, Kenzie has left the faucet running.
A little bit.
And I just don't understand how that happens.
You know what? You know what's interesting is that Roman has done things before. Like he's left lights on.
Don't change the subject.
No.
Let's focus on the faucet.
No.
How to? It's never happened in my life, but it's happened multiple times to you. How is it possible you weren't able to turn the sink off fully, or at least maybe you've messed up, but you still hear it? Like, oh, I did mess up. You just walk out of the room.
It's never on full blast. It's usually like a little drizzle. So I obviously knocked the handle in, and I don't know if it bounced back off because I'm so strong.
You're so strong.
When I
right?
hit it in, I don't know that.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
What happened.
Ever. Multiple times.
Maybe it was you. We all are using these bathrooms.
Babe.
It's unbelievable.
right.
I get blamed for everything.
Well, the funny thing is that this episode of our podcast, we have a really funny list coming up in a few minutes about the 30 most common things that couples fight about.
The petty ones.
I'm sorry, the petty ones, right? Because these are all like petty fights. This isn't like, oh my
Yeah.
God, you cheated on me. These are like petty fights. So,
Oh my God, you cheated
But
on
the
me.
3 or 4 things we've already talked about, those weren't even the example that we were going to use for us before we got to the list.
That's true.
Here's the actual example.
That we had an argument about like 2 nights ago.
So a couple nights ago, we're laying in bed. And how did it come up? I forget.
I don't. We can't tell the story about
we
why we
can't?
were talking about it.
All right,
No,
all right.
we were talking about a dinner party we had that went wrong.
Okay,
and that's
right.
all we can say.
Okay. So we've been married for almost a year and living together since like 2020, right? The pandemic.
Yeah, or like
Okay.
and all of 2020 because
Yeah.
we moved in like at the beginning of the year, right?
All right. So we registered for our wedding, and a bunch of friends and family bought us like awesome stuff. Specifically talking about the plates, we have these really, really awesome plates that our friends Brittany and Jose got for us that we use every single day. They're awesome. It's like white with like a gold ring,
Little
right?
gold rim on it.
Yeah, super fancy. And then we have like these like fancy plates and
Like
bowls.
dinner party plates.
Yeah, dinner party plates that are like high up, and we have a lot of them. And our in-laws' siblings bought that for us, right? I believe.
The whole set was divvied up in different ways.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
yeah, there was a lot of people who got us the bowls, salad
Yeah.
plates, and plates themselves. A lot.
Super fancy. Been married for a year, and we've used them one time.
So here's the deal.
Hold on, let me finish. One time.
Yeah.
And multiple times, we've had our family over. Your family comes in from Minnesota. My family has like a Sunday dinner or whatever. And multiple times I said, babe, why don't we use the fancy plates and set and bowls for like our family who we love more than anything? And you're like, no, like I have to hand wash those.
So the thing is with these plates is they are hand wash only.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, and also when a lot of times when we have family over, we actually don't even have enough plates for everybody. So I'm not busting these things out.
We have a lot of those plates. Stop.
But we do not have enough for everybody. So can it? And then second, we also have kids. These are not kid-friendly plates. Like they're not.
The kids could use the other plates.
Okay, just shut up. I'm talking. So I don't want to do it often when I'm hosting.
Often?
Yeah, because it's like I don't want to hand wash all of these when we're having family over. Half the time we're having like pizza or something. He's like, let's go grab the plates. It's like, no, I mean, if we're having like an engagement dinner, these are special dishes. They mirror, because a lot of people don't do this anymore. People used to get china when they got married. Like they get they weren't using those. Like they only use those a few times too. Like these are nice plates. You're not supposed to use them all the time. We had one actual dinner party, and then I used them. Yeah. That was the like.
And people love them.
They love the plates.
So let me ask you a question. So are we on average now to use these like nice plates and the nice set once a year?
Probably. And then the good news is we'll never have to buy super nice expensive plates again because they're not going to get worn down. These are like, we could pass them on.
So if you think about it and do the math, our 20-year anniversary, we'll have used the fancy plates 20 times.
That's a lot of dinners. That's a lot of dinners. If you think about it, it's a lot of work when we host. And you're doing everything, mainly me, because it comes to kitchen stuff. I don't also want to have every dish be hand washed. These are just like, and China's like that too, where you have to hand wash them, and people used to do that, but it's for special occasions.
Let me ask you a question. So when it came to like registering for our shower, you were in charge of all that, correct?
Yeah, I registered for everything.
Why did you register for plates that you knew would have to be hand washed versus machine washed?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you something right now that you don't know.
What?
I'm going to tell you what happened.
You didn't know, did you?
Listen.
You didn't know, did you?
When we registered, that bitch said nothing to us. The girl who helped us didn't help us. So when my mom, much later,
yeah,
like right before the wedding shower, so a lot of people already bought things off our registry because it was really close to the wedding shower.
Yeah.
My mom goes, I just went, it was from Crate and Barrel. She goes, I just went to Crate and Barrel today, and there was like a really helpful, the GM helped me. I go, yeah. And she goes, are you going to use those plates like for every day? And I go, well, there are nicer plates, not for every day. And she goes, the GM was talking to me today, and he thinks that they're beautiful plates, but he just wanted you to know that they're hand wash only. And we were pretty far down the road. Like a lot of people had already bought these plates. I probably wouldn't have done it if I found out they were hand wash only, but they were still only for special occasions. Like it's not like, no, our everyday plates.
But they would have been like multiple times throughout the year, not once
maybe
a year.
like 4. Because I want them to last too, because they're really nice. But
you didn't know. This reminds me of one more thing I have to bring up, because we've never discussed this with anybody. And it actually turned into a big fight between me and you.
This is one of our biggest fights.
So, Kenzie she's great at decorator. She's awesome at decorating, but she loves to stick things in walls. She sees a blank wall and it's her kryptonite. She has to put holes and drill holes in the wall to hang.
He doesn't want things on the walls. Right. He's crazy. So like when I was doing, get this. When I was doing the baby's room, I wanted a shelf up, and he goes, "You're just cluttering it." He acts like the walls are caving in. I wanted to put a shelf up, and he started to hyperventilate. And then I'm like, Tristan has a bunch of shelves in his room. Like, and it doesn't look bad. I was giving the example, like, it doesn't look bad. You don't feel like the walls are closing in on you in Tristan's room. And he goes, the shelves were already there for the previous owner. So
I bought it that way.
So basically, the only thing we're allowed to have on the walls are things that were already on the walls. So we have to hope that the previous owner of any house or place that we buy, they hung up everything we ever desired.
Okay, you're changing the subject.
I'm not. I'm bringing up a really good point.
Let's get back to our blowout fight that we did have. Yeah. We have a beautiful dining room, okay? I will say the dining room is awesome, okay? And there is a huge mirror on the wall. I don't even know like how to describe certain things. Like there's layers to the ceiling. Like it's a beautiful, beautiful dining room. Kenzie saw a wall and goes, I want to have this like art/wine rack/wooden thing.
A wooden hanging wine rack. That's not insane.
Yeah. to be on the wall, like to
Yes.
put this big thing on the wall. And my dad's coming up because her dad's like super handy. My dad's coming up and he can put it in for us. And I go, babe, I do not like that idea. I think that will clutter up the wall. If you want a wine rack, I get it. You love wine. You want a wine rack. They have many freestanding wine racks. Buy a couple. Buy two. Put one in each corner.
I didn't want something else on the floor in the dining room. Like, this is pretty and it goes up the wall.
Yeah, it's huge. It's big. It's big.
It is a wooden wine rack that hangs on the wall.
I was against it from the very beginning, but she orders it anyway. And it's in our basement for like 2 months till her dad comes in. And so her mom and dad are here, and then they're trying to measure, and her dad pulls me aside and goes, listen, I know you really don't want this thing, but like, are you okay with me putting it up? And I'm like, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want it. I don't think it's necessary to be on our wall. It's huge, but I love your daughter. She's a visionary about like, I don't know, decorating. I'm like, so put it on the wall, go right ahead. I just, for the record, I'm against it. I'm very much against it. And then, she got mad at me. Like I said, your parents felt awkward about the fact that we were kind of fighting about it. But who won? Kenzie won. She put the wine rack up on the wall, and it's big and it's wooden and whatever. So now a few months go by. I still don't love it, like whatever. But a few months go by and I go, babe, there's like 2 or 3 bottles in the wine rack. Why? We have tons of wine in the butler's pantry. Why is that? And also, she had just ordered from like our neighborhood garage.
I got it for free.
Site.
Somebody was like, "Do you want this?"
And I said yes. Standing wine rack. And I go, why did you
like
get
a countertop one? You're leaving out such important details.
I go, why did you order another wine rack when our big clunky hang on the wall wine rack is empty? And why don't you tell everybody why it's empty?
So what I did is somebody was giving away a tabletop, the ones that hold like 12 bottles. And I thought it looked cute in our butler's pantry anyways, and it was free. And our neighbor dropped it off.
Why
so I didn't go order
aren't there any bottles hanging on the big wine rack on the wall?
So I love this wine rack. And there's also other pretty things in it. Like there's like, I have like some faux like vines coming down during the holidays. I put like garland in it. I did a really cool spooky thing.
But not many, no bottles. Why no bottles?
There is 4 bottles in it. And when
4 bottles for like 50 holes.
Yes.
Okay.
So my dad came to me.
This still gets me so mad.
And he said, "Hey, I looked this up online. I got this from Pottery Barn, this wine rack." He goes, I went and looked it up online just because it came with like some crappy screws. So he wanted to see like the installation process and put some nicer screws on it. And
why?
He goes, this is a decorative wine rack. And I go, yeah, I know. It's really pretty. And he goes, yeah, it's made to be a decoration and like not hold a bunch of wine. I guess it was designed to hold empty bottles.
It's a fake wine rack. It's not even a wine rack.
Well, when it's a decorative wine rack, I thought they meant like it was, like look, it's gonna like it's decorating and it's a wine rack.
I was so pissed off when she didn't tell me. She didn't tell me.
No.
Until I asked, like, why are you buying other wine racks?
The only reason I told you, not even because you asked, the only reason I told you is because Justin's Mr. I'm gonna do what I want all the time. And I was scared that I was going to come home and he put a bunch of bottles of wine in it because it'd probably fall off the wall and all of it would shatter. So when he kept pressuring me about it, I'm like, okay, listen, don't be like, it looks good full. Because I was scared.
Promise you won't get mad at me. As she smiles and like flirts a little bit. And I'm like, what?
Like 6 months later, and you were honestly kind of a prick about it. It was 6 months later.
I'm still mad about it because I didn't want it. I never wanted that wine rack on our wall.
Oh, whatever. There's stuff I don't want in this house.
Like what?
There's a lot of stuff. Look at that hideous cabinet over there full of signed baseballs.
Oh yeah, sorry. Michael Jordan autograph, Sammy Sosa autograph.
The jerseys in it look stupid.
Ryan Sandberg rookie card autograph. Sorry. Okay, yeah.
There's a stadium chair in our bedroom. I don't want a stadium chair in our bedroom.
It's a Wrigley Field stadium chair.
I don't want a stadium chair in our bedroom, but like there is one. And I'm not mean about it.
It's going in the basement when our basement is finally done.
Yeah, our mythical hypothetical basement. So my point is, there's things I don't want in the house that are in the house. Mm-hmm. They're in the house. The World Series ring is on our mantle in our house. That's not what I want on the mantle.
What you want is a fake wine rack that can't hold.
I wanted a real wine rack. I didn't know, and it was past the return window, and it was hung up. What do you want me to do?
Let's move on to fights that every couple has had, or at least we think that they had. This is an article from GoodHousekeeping.com, and it's 30 silly fights every couple has had at least once. All right.
I saw this trending.
Number 1. fake wine racks on the
No,
wall.
it's not.
No. All right. The many nuances of toothpaste usage.
We've actually fought about this.
We have, yeah, because you're the kind of girl who will just squeeze the bottle wherever you want, bottom, top, middle, does not matter. I go from the bottom always, and I can always tell.
Can you see how OCD he is? It pisses him off that I just squeeze the tube.
I can always tell when she uses my toothpaste. I go, why is it squeezed in the middle? Like, why? And I was out of some.
How do you squeeze it from the back and have it still make it
from the bottom?
But the back.
From the bottom.
Wait, the back is the bottom.
Bottom up. Bottom up.
But how do you go all the way from the tail and like hold it steady to make it onto the brush?
I will give you a tutorial after our podcast, honey, okay?
You literally, but you do it from the whole back, like the back of the thing?
From the bottom. What are you talking about the back? From the bottom, you squeeze from the bottom up. Instead of squeezing wherever you want, from the bottom, always the bottom, always the bottom, always the bottom. Until
the very bottom, then it would be flapping around. You gotta hold it steady.
You see what I deal with here, guys? So the next one is whether or not to read directions. We don't fight. You trust me on the directions, don't you?
Yeah, but I think this is directions for building stuff.
Oh, it is. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Which we fought about that because the wine rack's fake.
And by the way, I hate building stuff, so I do not want to put stuff together. I do not want to.
And even with my dad, so I get my dad to do it, and you're still mad. See?
The thermostat. We definitely argue about this because you always want it hot and I always want it colder.
I've never touched our thermostat though.
But you always complain. She will come down and like, is it colder in here? No, babe. It's the same degrees it's always been. What? It feels colder today.
I'm not allowed to be cold. And then you know what's funny? This is how psycho you are. I stopped talking about the thermostat because I'm like, well, it's just useless. Mm-hmm. And I decided like when I'm cold, I'm just gonna put on like a bunch of layers.
Yeah, you should.
So there's sometimes.
I mean, perfect. You can layer up always.
Okay, so in the summer, there's been a few times where I'll put on a sweatshirt, put my hood up, put sweatpants on, and slippers on, and it's like summer, but it's breezy in the house because they'll have like the windows open. And I'll walk downstairs and he goes, "You look ridiculous." And I'm like, I didn't even say anything. I just want to be warm. So I'm also have to dress the way he thinks it feels inside because he gets offended.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? No. You laughed because you know it's true. All
right, the next one. Checking phones at dinner. I think that we both check our phones. I check my phone way too much, but because I do like fantasy baseball, I know I'm a dork. I do fantasy baseball, and I will say I'm always trying to see what the scores are. I'm a big Cubs fan. I always try to check the Cubs scores.
Yeah, everyone else checking their phones has stuff they want to look at too, honey.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not like a great excuse. No. You're not like, listen, I'm a doctor and I'm on call.
No, I'm saying
I'm
admitting that like I check my phone way too much.
You check your phone too much.
But here's what I'm doing though, right?
I feel like we've argued about it not at dinner. I get more mad at you if like we're cuddle on the couch or something. I've gotten more mad at you.
Yeah, but like if I'm in the middle of my draft, I gotta like make a pick. All right, next one. Leaving soaked sponges in the sink. I will say sponges to me are gross. They stink.
No, because I've like kissed you after doing dishes, and you're like, "Oh, Jesus, sponge, don't like your fingers."
Yeah, I don't get it, man. Like we have a couple different things in our sink. Because give me credit, I do dishes a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I prefer the thing where it has like a wooden handle and
we have like a little bamboo brush.
Yeah, the bamboo brushes are awesome because you don't touch like the dirty stuff. But like having a sponge and you do it, and then your hands just smell like just dirty sponge.
I'm good at switching out the sponges though. Yeah, I'm all over it.
Yeah. Shoe storage. We don't fight about this.
Not too much. The only thing we've argued about is you think every single one of Tristan's shoes has to be out for some reason. No one else does that.
He only has 3 pairs of shoes. 3.
No, he does not. He has more than 3
The black
pairs
ones,
of shoes.
the white with the blue stripe, and the white ones.
No, because you also have his Jordans in a box.
But they're like out. They're put away.
But there's been times where you're like, well, there's not room. And I'm like, well, we don't need every shoe pair he owns.
How many pairs of shoes do you have?
I have a lot, but they're in my closet.
No, I'm saying down there in
down there, they probably like 4.
Okay, so Tristan has 4.
But
I have 4.
You used to have more than that.
Television volume. Now, we don't fight about this because your hearing isn't very great.
Yeah, I need it. I can't hear it anyways.
I like it loud. I feel like I paid for a really nice like surround sound, big TV, surround sound, woofers, all that stuff. I want to hear it loud, and you don't hear very well, so we do like it loud.
Okay, so that's fine.
But I can say my mom's downstairs. I don't want to say too loud. She always complains about the TV volume. Like,
it's
just too loud.
Listen to the podcast.
It's just too loud. I'm like, Mom.
You know what's funny? And like, I love her. I always agree with her. So, but it is funny because she's like, I don't like it around the baby. Like she gets mad like if the TV is louder on the baby, and it's really cute. I like it. She wants like headphones on him already.
The right way to react when you vent. He wants to solve your problem. Oh, okay. This is kind of a female guy thing. A lot of times women want men to listen, where men, we try to solve the problem.
Well, you guys think you're all geniuses and like we're aware. We're just telling you stuff.
We're problem solvers.
Yeah. Big one.
Netflix cheating.
Do you get this? Do you know what this is?
You both got into binge-worthy shows together. Oh,
this is like when you would watch a show behind my back that we watched together.
That doesn't happen.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
To us,
yeah.
You've never done that.
All right, so, okay, next. Public walking speed. This is not us, but this is your parents. Why don't you kind of give an example here?
My mom, I don't even understand. I've never seen a human walk this fast.
Yeah.
I run next to her if she's walking. And my dad has like foot issues and she doesn't give a fuck. My dad will be a year and a half away. And she's like, no, I'm power walking right now.
We went to Tennessee. We went on a couple of nice hikes. And there was one of them, your mom just was like, we couldn't see her anymore. And your poor dad was like limping around trying to like catch up to her.
He's like dragging, was like Quasimodo dragging his foot. He was trying to get there. It was so bad.
Rags versus paper towels.
No, we fight about rags, obviously, but that's it.
Like the clean ones versus dirty ones should be separate forever. But you don't believe in that, do you?
Oh my God.
The better college team and who's the bigger fan?
No.
I love my college, but it's not like, oh yeah, Elmhurst has the best baseball team. And you went to what, Brown?
Yeah.
Do you even have sports over there or what?
No.
Yeah, so we don't.
Not that I saw.
All right. So we don't fight about that. Leftovers. No, this is something we actually agree on. We are both really good with leftovers. We will save food. I mean, I'll eat food 2 weeks later. I don't care.
I mean, you push it to levels that I never experienced, but I'm a good leftover eater for several days.
And fun fact about me, I haven't thrown up since I was probably 7 years old.
That's your fun fact?
I mean, like, if you think about it, I just don't. I have an iron stomach, so I eat leftovers. A couple weeks down the road, I'll eat anything, and I never get sick ever. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
I know sometimes when I'm not sure about something, I just give it to you.
I'll eat it. Leaving clutter, especially socks, all over the house. No, your closet is pretty messy.
That's my only messy zone.
Yeah.
But it's usually because I'm in a hurry, like I was with the baby or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, he spit on me. I'm going to change my sweatshirt in 3 seconds. I throw it
you're
down.
lying because we had a baby now for a couple months, and your closet has always been messy.
Okay, it was an example about when I'm running out to do an event and I have to change really fast. Like, do I have to say every reason my closet's ever been messy?
You know, one thing that to piggyback on this one with you is that you find...
Please tell me. Because this has been such a fun podcast so far. I'm really enjoying it.
You find the best kind of socks that leave little fuzzy, like black. We have white carpeting upstairs, and you find the best kind of black socks that leave the best kind of black fuzzies everywhere.
It's incredible to me that he thinks no one else lives in this house. If there's a dent on something, or something broke, or a towel's missing, or a sink's on, or a light's on, or there's a fuzzy on the carpet, apparently I'm the only person in the house because every single thing's my fault.
All right, the next one.
Every single thing.
The next one, posting less than perfect photos.
You did that to me.
You were so mad about one picture that I posted.
2.
We did the MVP game, our TV show, the MVP game, on Marquee Sports Network, and I would do like promo like before the new episodes come out. And there's a rapid fire round that I'm the one that asks all the questions. So like it's me with the card, and like I'm like always posting that picture of me asking the questions. Well, there's a picture of you where you were like asking a question, but you were like in mid form, and I thought it was okay, cool. This will show her because you also do ask questions. It'll kind of show that side of you. And I posted it, and I think your mom reached out to you first, didn't she?
Yeah, and she accused you of doing it on purpose, and I agreed. And what was interesting is the week before that you posted a picture, and no one knew I was pregnant yet. And it was a less than flattering picture of my stomach. So I'm like, great, it looks like I'm pregnant in this photo. So 2 weeks in a row you did it. And even my mom said it, because I was convinced you did it on purpose too, to be a dick. And my mom's like, is he mad at you? That's how ugly the picture was. My mom texted me and asked if my husband was mad at me. That's how ugly of a photo he posted. You looked great. You were just smiling, and it was really great of you.
It was an action shot of you. I thought you'd want that, and I will say,
an action shot of me. Okay, if I'm sneezing right now to that post, what a great action shot.
And then there was like a podcast that we were on that used that picture as like the cover photo, and
it was no one's ever used a picture more ever that we posted. It got used like 5 fucking times.
Oh great! Now I gotta I have to label this explicit now because of you.
Well, too bad. That's the picture. I can't believe you did that to me.
And for the record,
and one almost showed everyone I was pregnant.
For the record, Kenzie and Mrs. Kramer, I did not do that on purpose at all.
You're lying. I know you did it on purpose.
I swear to God.
Because we actually were kind of arguing, and then you posted the 2 ugliest photos of me ever.
That's not true at all.
It is. You were like, the hand towel's gone. Let me find one where Kenzie looks fat.
Where to spend the holidays. We don't fight over this because your family doesn't live here. So we do Thanksgiving in Minnesota with your family.
Yeah.
And
my family gets the one holiday,
yeah.
Thanksgiving, which works out really nice because it's almost like you can kind of have a mini Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We get to do the Black Friday shopping. And then the rest of the holidays are really with your family here. But that's the one holiday they get. And like, I won't budge on it because I feel like your family gets, 95%. So it's only fair for them to get that.
But I imagine if both sets of parents are in the same state, I'm sure that is a fight amongst couples. Like, well, no, Christmas by my family, or no,
Yeah, I know. I definitely could see that.
Oh, man. Leaving hairs in the sink or shower. We don't fight about this, but I'll tell you what. I lived here since 2014 and never had to snake my shower drain in my life. You moved in, and I cannot believe what came out of the shower when your dad finally snaked it.
When my dad snaked it, and you're still complaining.
But it was just like unbelievable. I'm surprised you have hair.
And you don't.
No, but I mean, you have beautiful hair. So like, obviously you keep growing it, but like there was so much hair.
Keep growing it.
There was so much hair. Like it was like a snake of hair.
You hate short hair on girls. You've been really you've said that to me many times.
If you're listening to this podcast and you have short hair, I don't hate you. I just think for the woman that I wanted to marry, which is Kenzie, I don't want you to have short hair. No.
I know, but then you complain because there's hair in the shower. I can't win.
I never lived with a girl, so I didn't know how much hair. Like, I mean, it was crazy. And something funny about your parents, actually.
I'm not like some hairy beast.
Well, no, but it was from your head, obviously. But like your mom had said that she's into that. She likes to see it.
Oh my God, my mom's kind of weird. So whenever my dad takes the hair out of the drain, like hers, he has to bring it downstairs so she can look at it. She likes to look at her hair from the drain. Isn't that funny?
Which is weird because I actually wanted to show. I think you were gone. You were somewhere when I did this. Didn't I do it or your dad do it? I think I did it actually. The more I think about it, I think I did do it.
Did you do it?
I don't remember, but like I wanted to show you. I really wanted to show you the snake.
No, because my dad shows my mom because it brings her pleasure. You wanted me to be mad. Like you wanted to be like, look what you did.
Eating ice cream in a bowl versus the container.
No, because I'm like always on a diet. It sucks.
No. You know something else I used to do when I was a kid, when I was living at my parents' house?
What?
Was that when I would eat chocolate cake or whatever, and I wanted milk, I used to drink milk out of the container.
Oh, the backwash into the milk.
I don't backwash.
Yes, you do. Why do you think you're perfect? It's so annoying. You're not.
Time spent on the golf course. I don't golf, but I do play baseball.
And we did fight about that.
And we have fought about me playing baseball a lot.
No, that's not true. I was so good about you playing baseball.
You suspected me of maybe cheating on you because
I
was because I had like a 9:00 game, but the game before us went to extra innings, so we didn't start till like almost 10, and it's a 3-hour game, let's say 2.5 hours, whatever, and I had to drive like 45 minutes to the field, so like I didn't get home till like 1 a.m, and she was like.
But you didn't even text me and go, "Hey, the game's delayed." So I woke up at 1 a.m. I had Tristan, and I'm like, "Where the hell is my husband?" And he's like, playing baseball. I'm like, I don't believe you because it's 1 a.m.
For the record, I leave the house in full baseball uniform,
My mom thought you were cheating on me too. She goes, "Have you ever thought about following him?" I go, "Well, then I have to get Tristan out of bed. Like, what am I supposed to do?" And I go, I feel like I have to be honest. I think Justin would prefer to play baseball over sleeping with somebody else. So I feel like that would be.
I would.
I know.
There are many things that I'd rather do besides play baseball.
I know. Yeah. I thought you were going to say sleep with somebody. I was like, that's going to really hurt my feelings. I hope you don't say that.
Falling asleep on the couch. No.
Only when you do it during a movie. I hate when you do that.
Well, I do that in bed too.
You just fall asleep all the time.
There was a time in our life before she did mornings, and now she's a morning show girl. before that, she loves staying up late at night. Well, and she's finding out now, I have, a son. So I would get him up for school, get him ready, all the stuff that comes along with having a kid, and then get him ready for, bed and shower, and back then baths, all that kind of stuff. And then by the time I was done putting him to bed, I was tired. So she wanted to like stay up and spend time and watch a show, watch a movie. And I'd be like, okay, I want to make her happy, but I would fall asleep almost instantly. I was so tired. I think now you get that more than you did before.
That's not because I was working. I was up before you most of those times too for B96 and Q101.
No. Q101 for sure, yeah.
For B96, I was getting up at 6 a.m. to catch the Metro.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan wakes up sometimes at 8.
Well, no, we have, whatever, hold on. Answering emails late at night. No, the funny thing is most of our business is together. So if I'm doing emails, it's for Kenzie.
I'm CC'd on that.
Yeah, it's for our TV show.
I'm usually mad if you didn't. I'm like, you didn't answer these emails yet.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do them.
One person's alarm while the other is sleeping.
No, we get it. We get each other's schedule.
We get it. Yeah, we get it. Water glass ghosts.
Oh, empty water sitting out. What?
So Kenzie loves ice.
There's so many stories about me.
She loves ice, right? So she has to have a glass of water, and the glass has to be full with ice, and the liquid cannot go above the ice.
Okay, so one of my quirky things is I do not like more liquid in the glass than ice. So I need a solid glass of ice, and then I can pour in the liquid. If I see the ice float, it really bothers me.
So
that's one of my things.
When I would clean up our room in the morning, make the bed, I'd empty take the glasses. There would always be a full glass of water on her side of the nightstand, and I was like, "Babe, like what? Well, no, it's the ice. The ice melted. The ice melted
Overnight. So I drank all the water, but then the ice melted. That's the truth.
So the good news is give me credit. I've given her some good ideas here. I said, why don't you use a thermos from now on? That way the ice never melts. And you have done that.
I use a thermos.
Right? It's a good idea.
Yeah, but it was. The proof is in the pudding.
All right. Leaving pee on the toilet.
No.
No, we don't do that. Leaving wet towels on the bed. No, don't do that.
We're so good.
The right way to drive.
Oh, I don't care.
No.
I could close my eyes.
You're great with me driving. You just let me drive.
I hate driving. I don't want any part of it.
Do you know who's not great letting me drive?
Your mom?
My mother.
I knew you were going to say that.
She may be the worst passenger of all time because she yells at me. I mean, listen, I am an adult. I'm a very distinguished gentleman, and I have.
Are you?
I literally have. I gotten one accident in my entire life. I'm a really good driver. You would
knock on wood for you just saying that.
You would never know by my mom's reaction when I'm driving.
Well, you know what's funny is that both of you are really opinionated people, and like that's why you struggle so much. And that's why I get along with both of you because like I don't care about. I'm like, all right, sure, we'll just do that.
Oh my god, leaving closet and cabinets doors wide open.
Shut up, Justin.
You do that. I mean, there'll be times when like the silverware drawer is.
Yeah, and then you send me a picture of it because the drawer is slightly open.
It's just open.
So instead of closing it, he takes the time to find his phone and texts me a picture of a drawer.
Like the glass cabinet door is it's open, and I'm like, babe, like there you go, it's closed now, done.
No, what he does is he texts me pictures. I'll be at work. Are you done with the drawer? At work.
Oh, here's it going. The correct way to load a dishwasher.
Oh my god. All of these are Justin getting mad at me. I don't think a single one's come up.
This is a viral list. Obviously, people fight about this stuff.
But I never got mad at you for any of these.
The correct way to load a dishwasher. Yes, I have a system of loading dishwasher. You sound
like a psychopath.
Your system is just like throw it up and see where it lands.
That's not true. I just put them in the dishwasher. What do you mean?
What time to go to bed? Back in the day, I wanted to go to bed earlier. Now we're both with the baby, and we are ready for bed.
We're both just trying to sleep at some point.
The number of lights that should be on at night. No, we're dark. We are all dark.
I know. I get a little scared sometimes, though.
Because of the ghosts?
I get scared in this house. I really do. I don't like it.
You like this house?
What? I said I get scared in it.
You go, I don't like it.
No, I said I don't like it. I get scared of this house. I don't like it. Like I don't like getting scared.
Whether food scraps should go in the garbage disposal or the trash.
I've been talking to you about this lately because you put way too much food in our garbage disposal and we're gonna have to pay for it.
I thought you were actually going to talk about how I have asked you to stop putting food in the trash.
I know, but you're wrong because you're not allowed to put the amount of food you put in the garbage disposal.
What do I make you do when you cook?
I have to put everything in a plastic bag and you take it outside.
And then I take it outside because she'd put like, we'd have like a empty garbage can and she would just throw like shrimp tails and stuff in there.
I'm an animal because I throw stuff I throw garbage in the garbage can.
Garbage is fine, but not like food. You don't want like disgusting smell, because if you guys all know, like times
we have to wait till solely paper towels fill it up. It makes a lot of sense.
I don't ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do. Like I ask you to put it all in a Meyer bag, and then I take it outside. I'm the one who takes it outside and puts it in the outside trash.
Do you see though, honestly, going through this list, do you see that none of these things you've gotten in trouble for in this relationship?
Toilet paper dispensed from the top or bottom. No, but...
What?
Kenzie refuses to swap out toilet paper. She will leave an empty roll. She'll leave it there. And there's times she even balances the new roll on top of the old, like...
I just feel like that's a you thing.
That's a guy thing.
I feel like that's your job. I feel like I have to do a lot of stuff in this house. And I feel like that's your job. I do.
I do feel better knowing that other couples are kind of bickering about the same things that we are.
Okay, but it's not us bickering. Like, most people look at this list and they probably have 15 that make them mad and 15 make the other person mad. This is just 30 things that make you mad.
No, it's
Do you
not.
realize that?
No. We're very normal. These are things that normal couples argue about.
Just you.
Just me.
Yes.
Anyways, moving right along here into our famously in love segment.
No.
Bob Saget, Danny Tanner of Full House, unfortunately passed away 2 years ago. And his widow, Kelly Rizzo, 2 years later, has admitted that she is now dating somebody. She is currently dating the actor from Clueless, Breckin Meyer. Do you know who that is?
Not off the top of my head. I'm sure if I saw a picture, I would know, but...
Her quote was, "It took a while to get to the point where I'm like, okay, I think he'd be happy with it," she told E! News. I'm sorry, Bob Saget would not be happy about knowing that you have moved on and 2 years later, you're dating somebody else.
So, the one thing that my husband has made very clear to me...
What?
Is that death does not do us part.
No.
And because your thing is, not only do you not want me to remarry if you died, you're not okay with me even like dating.
No, yeah, no. Like you said yes to me for this life and for the afterlife. Like it is me and you till the wheels fall off.
Okay, so it's me and you till the wheels fall off, both wheels. This set of wheels, your set of wheels. So if I die, you're not dating at all?
No, oh no. If you die, first off, I'd be very, very, very sad. Okay,
Thank you.
I'd be heartbroken if you died. But you think I want to go through this all over again? And like,
what the hell is that supposed to mean? What do you mean go through this all over again?
Listen, I love you and you're the girl of my dreams, but you've also you're a lot. You're a lot
of what?
In all the best ways. In all the best ways, you're a lot. You know me. You think I'd want to get to know somebody again. You think I want to meet their family, prove myself, get engaged, get married. You think I want to go through all that again with somebody else?
So you won't even. You're saying right now you would not even casually date.
No.
Look at me.
What? I wouldn't.
Okay.
No, I'd be so sad.
It was so sad.
Way too sad.
It's so sad.
But yeah, so how do you feel about this? Because Kelly Rizzo is now dating somebody just 2 years after Bob Saget passed away. She added that it's also wonderful to get approval of sorts from Saget's 3 daughters. So apparently Bob Saget's daughters said, you know what, it's okay. Her quote was, "It just means so much to have their blessing. Aww. They're just angels, and to have them support is so meaningful." I will say this, I think, to be honest, it's kind of shitty that she's moving on so quick, 2 years, but there's a caveat here. She's only was married to him for 3 years. They began dating in 2015 and they tied the knot in 2018. So they were married for I guess 7 years? Mm-hmm. No, my math's off. For about 4 years before he passed away. So it wasn't your parents have been married for 30 something years. My parents were married before my dad passed away was for 40 years. I mean, if you were there for life, for a long, lifelong commitment, that would piss me off. They were married for 4 years.
Right. And it's his second marriage and things like that. So I get it. My parents have, now that they've been together so long, mm-hmm. Geez, I want to say 30 years or something crazy.
Yeah, that's what I guess, right?
Yeah. They have made the commitment that marriage is just for them. Mm-hmm. So if the other person passed away, they would never get into a super serious relationship or marriage again. They're maybe we date, who knows type thing. But they're this is our families. We're not trying to be our children should meet this new person. They don't want to deal with that. They have their lives and their families. Right. So I get that, and they just feel like they've built this life together and their kids together and all that, so they wouldn't even want to try to integrate all that. My mom's like, I don't want to meet someone and then be like, well, we need to spend the holidays with his daughter. Let me just go meet with my daughter. And I totally, like, that all makes sense to me. But in this scenario, that's not, like you said, it's not even the case. And you shouldn't be mad at people for moving on. It wasn't like a sick amount of time. It wasn't like 2 weeks later, she had a boyfriend. It was years. And, you know, it's hard.
It was 2 years.
It was 2 years.
Yeah.
But it was years. It was several years.
It was 2 years.
And I mean, if she's really lonely, I don't know her backstory, but he has 3 daughters. Like, maybe she doesn't have kids or something. I mean, some people are really, like, lonely. I'm not saying that's the only reason she should date, but I'm sure she's not out there, like, you know, being like dirty. Like, she just wants like to have a partner in life. She's still young enough for that.
You just can't stop hitting the microphone.
I know. But I mean, she is young. She's not 80.
Yeah.
Or it's like, you know, I mean, she's a lot of life left. Like I said,
for me, the caveat was the fact they were only married for about 4 years. So it wasn't like there was a 30-year marriage. You know, like how we love This Is Us so much, that TV show. We were like obsessed with it. And we were so bummed and heartbroken when like Rebecca ended up remarrying with Jack's best friend Miguel. We were like, what?
Spoiler alert if you didn't watch the show.
That pissed me off. Like, a TV show should never piss you off, but it pissed me off so much that like that this woman who we all loved, and like, but then she married her ex-dead husband's best friend. You
know what was my favorite thing to do during the show is that you would bring this up a lot, how frustrated you were that happened. And then I was like, if you would have me marry one of your friends if you died, I used to just, and you'd get so angry.
You're crazy.
I was like, no, but if you wanted me to marry one of your friends, what friend would you want me to marry?
Those are questions you don't ask, you don't answer. Like back in the day, way back in the day, so don't get mad, but like when I was dating this girl, way back in the day, she's like, hey, which of my friends do you think is the hottest? I'm like, I'm not answering that question.
That's a weird question.
And she's like, no, I won't. I'm like, no, I'm not answering that question. Like, no, thank you. But I want to be clear. If I were to unfortunately pass away, if I ever found out you dated somebody else, I would haunt you for the rest of your life. And you believe in ghosts. I will be there haunting you, making that relationship miserable.
Even if I just date somebody?
Yeah, if you even give your phone number to anybody that's not a business situation, I will haunt the hell out of both of you.
So you're a petty husband, you'd be a petty dead husband and ghost too.
And that's what it's all about. So thank you for checking out this week's episode of the Romance Podcast.
This has to be the least romantic episode there ever will be.
If this episode hasn't proved anything to you, it should have proved that you can't spell romance without Roman.
Bye.